Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Boraki here. And today, and yes, I know it's been weeks since I last uploaded a video, but I've been quite busy. Anyways, today we are going to look at a game I found on Humble Bundle, of all places, called Depraved. It's essentially city skylines and well, not really city skylines. It's like RimWorld and Banished had a weird baby. And yeah, it's essentially just a old western simulator, town simulator, town builder, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, let's go to here. So here you can change your difficulties. I usually keep it on normal. And you've also got aggressive animals like bears and wolves. You can also get bandits. You can also get Native American attacks and Native American camps. And the bandits also have camps too. And then all the wild animals also can breed. Alright, now we can choose a random map. I usually like to have the road either the railroad, so this line right here is the railroad and that is the river. There's usually a railroad and a river in each map. I usually like to have the railroad a little bit close to the river. That way I can yeah, that's actually not too bad, but let's try to find something else, shall we? No. Maybe have one that has the river running through most of the map. That actually looks pretty good. Alright, let's play. So in this, you are in charge of a group of pioneers, and your job is to try to keep them alive and establish a thriving old westerny town. So it always starts in spring, as far as I've seen. And usually, oh man, I settled in a bad spot. I wanted this. So, anyways, controls WASD for your camera controls, or hold and drag the right click button. You can also do that with the left click, zoom in and zoom out. Weird bird. Anyways, so we are way down here. I would like to create, yeah, and holding the middle mouse wheel allows you to change the camera. Yeah, the camera direction. Alright, so we had one tribe up north and another tribe, looks like, down to our south. And once we get our settlement up and running within the year, a couple of days, maybe to a month, we'll also get some bandits that'll just randomly appear. So the best place usually is to have your town hall either wherever you want, but we didn't spawn in a very good location. We didn't choose one anyways. Yeah, anyways, let's see. So in order to change the direction of the buildings that you want to place. Just hold middle mouse button. You'll put it in a square pattern, rectangle pattern, whatever. If you hold control, it'll allow you to put it in any direction you want. I'm going to probably not too close up there, maybe right there. Away from the bears and everything else. Alright, so we've got our first little settlement. We're really close to them. Alright, now we just need them to start building. Let's see where our hunter is. That's our hunter. You've got weapon, builders. Alright, so it'll take them a while to build that. And once that's complete, we can start putting in our lumberjacks and sawmills. Keep an eye on these guys just in case they decided that we don't belong. There. Alright. So, we've got our resources up here. We got 62 wooden planks, 15 stone, looks like 38 metal parts, 20 firewood. Now we're here for our food and water. We've got 10 meat, 20 water, no fish, no bread, no alcohol. Alright, so we've got that going for us. Let's put that there. And I really like this little feature that they put on. The clock actually works. It shows you what time it is in game, not real life. That'll be kind of silly. Alrighty, sawmill. Now I'm gonna put you about right there. And then I also want an outhouse. Behind the town hall. Alright, so here in our buildings tab, we've got building materials for wood gatherer, and then refining it into turning logs into wooden planks. We've got the stone mason, but it requires these two buildings in order to build. And we're working on that real fast. Then we've got the forester, which requires more people than we currently have, and I'll tell you about how we get more in a minute. And toolsmith requires 5 of those guys. Alright, as soon as we get that up and running, we can also get housing for our people. Alright, we've got 1 lumberjack currently. So if you click on the little target thing right here, it'll change their working area. I just put it right there, it's where there's the most trees. And they're getting that house ready. Yep. So building materials, you can make the metal parts from iron bars and coal. So then here we've got our city stuff. So, hey, look at that shack. Let's say, hey, right here's fine. I'm gonna put you there, and there, and there, and it's right there for now. That should be fine. Oh yeah, and these guys, traders will come in a couple times a month to deliver goods if you request it. But back to this. Now we can have a stonemason now. Let's put you don't know. Probably right. Right there. So bison. Okay. Thought I saw a bear at one point. And the bears will attack randomly if you get too close. Alright. No trains. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. You can also set the speed of which your game runs. It also affects the sound of the trains and whatnot, so it's kind of weird. So you got normal speed, medium speed, really fast speed if you want to get stuff done. I usually like playing on the mid speed because it makes everything go at a decent pace, but not too fast. So in our cities tab, we can build our shacks, our outhouses to have our little residents empty their bladders and intestines and whatnot. And then once we get a couple more pioneers, so as soon as we get a few of these shacks built, and the shacks, I believe, only hold 3 in their first tier. You can upgrade them later once you have met certain conditions. So I went with 4, so we can get 12, so 3, 6, 9, 12. That way we can get down to the undertakers and cemeteries and all that stuff. Here on the cities tab, after the 2 main things that your city does require to begin with, another trader. Undertaker. It's kind of like the morgue. They build coffins, and you also have to build a cemetery nearby so they can bury the dead. You got a stable, so like once you get a few more people in, you can actually. What are you guys waiting for? You waiting for more little parts and stuff. So once you get new citizens and whatnot, they'll park their. Some come by horse, some, if you have a train station, they come by train. But usually they come by horse, and they'll just leave their horses out here. You technically own them, but they will die if you don't put them in a stable. So the stable serves the purpose of lodging the horses in town, and without it, they will die from hunger. Then also we've got the doctor, so if you're citizens, say my lumberjack gets attacked by a bear or a wolf or whatever, somehow wins and is seriously hurt, he will bleed out until he gets seen by a doctor. So the doctor and your citizens can also get sick. So from like dysentery, flu, cholera, a couple other things I can't remember off the top of my head. And then you got the hotel. You can house up to 8 guests, but you need 30 pioneers in order to do it. And you can earn money. So here. So certain buildings cost you, like Town Hall costs me $15 an hour, and the sawmills each do 5, and you get like 36 cash from shacks once you have a bunch of people inside. Anyways, so yeah, it'll charge rent for guests, and so you can actually get them better accommodations. Then you got the saloon, and what old western town isn't complete with a saloon? It's where the citizens go to get their buzz on. And then we got your wooden church for provides religion. You got the gallows, you can hang people who have wronged you or stolen from you. Sheriff to arrest those outlaws. And the bank, which you can take out loans and whatever. Here we've got our hunter. And I need to find a good location for this. I'm going to put it right here. That way we can get some food on the table, because currently we are a little bit low. And you can also change the name of your city if you really want to. Not enough laborers. Yeah. I just need that last thing up and running. So hunters will bring in meat, and it will bring in leather from their kills, which you can turn it into tailors, or turn it into clothing from the tailors over here in your production tab. So then you got the well, which I need to do soon, as soon as I get that last building up and running. It'll provide your citizens with water. Crop field allows you to grow potatoes, wheat, and corn. And then pig farm, cattle farm, fisher all provide meat. These two will also provide leather from your hunter. Or is it something else? No, it's the butcher. Butcher makes meat and leather from livestock. And that's really it for this one. And then you also have your day and night cycle, which is pretty neat. So in this one you got the woodcutters and the tailor. Woodcutter to provide firewood, tailor to provide clothing, weaving mill to turn wool into cloth. So if you have a sheep farm, you can have the butcher come over and harvest the meat from the. Oh, actually, never mind. Don't. The butcher cannot do that one. It's just the sheep farmer himself that does it. And then you also have the baker. So if you have a crop field and you have some wheat, you can also make bread out of it from the mill, which in turn makes, or the mill makes flour, which in turn makes bread. Then you got the distillery from potatoes and water, gunsmith to produce weapons. Like I was talking about earlier, you will leave their horse right there unless you have a stable. And we've got one right here. Let's put you. And if you want to, if you think your little location that you put a building on isn't ideal, you can always remove it with that button. That wasn't really ideal. I want it right there. So yeah, distillery, alcohol from potatoes and water, gunsmith, iron bars and copper can produce weapons at the gunsmith, and the goldsmith produces jewelry and golden bars, which you can sell from your warehousing. Right there. You also have and I think that's it for the production. So you can build bridges, you can build a warehouse to keep your stuff in a nice little location instead of just out in the open. Easier to guard too if you have a sheriff or a gunslinger to stop the certain bandits and stuff. You also have a train station, which if you have it unlocked with 15 pioneers, it'll bring in people and you can sell stuff, I think, on it. I'm not sure yet. One tip, do not grow too fast, otherwise you might run out of firewood or food. Oh yeah, and you got weather. So it can snow, it can rain, it can thunder. Currently right now, lightning striking the ground doesn't do anything, doesn't cause any fire or whatever. Don't think that's implemented like in RimWorld is, but it might be in the future. There you got the train station, and you can get a trading post which allows you to trade with Native Americans. Or if you build another town, which you can do from the town hall, just to buy a settler wagon, load them up. Oh yeah, button I clicked right there, manually arm residents. So if you have a bunch of weapons just stored somewhere, and you're getting tired of being overrun by Native Americans or bandits, you can press that button and your residents will automatically arm themselves. Doesn't mean they'll actually go after something, but it's good to have. Oh, and you can expand your territory with that button. I would advise doing a little bit of a slow pace on that. Yeah, trading post, you can trade with different cities that you own, or you can trade with certain Native American tribes that you are friendly, that they are friendly with. You can always be friendly with them, but they probably won't reciprocate. Watchtower offers a better coverage area for guarding, so you stick it on your borders, you can defend pretty easily. And then you got a fort, which you can train residents, like settlers or merchants, to become a soldier. And then you've got your mining stuff. Well, let's find a hill. So yeah, these little things here. As soon as you get up into your settler tab, or your whatever, once you get settlers, you can actually start getting the first tier of mining, so stone mines, iron mines, and coal mines, and the smelter to refine iron. And getting higher and higher population means more buildings to unlock, like the gold mine and the gold smelter. And then it goes bigger and bigger once you have like 30 merchants. Then you're probably wondering why I'm babbling on like that and not explaining how to get settlers. Well, if we go to the city overview and go to the resident, or not residents, residents, you will see I don't have any settlers, obviously. And then you'll see this little tab here, this little screen. In order to get settlers, you need meat, you need bread, water, firewood. You also need coats, which are made from wool, and then you also need alcohol. And it will take a bit, unless you're really good at this game. You can also go from your town hall. You can set trades, like say, I need more. I need to get more metal parts. You can request it. You can also sell stuff like water. And the citizens aren't doing anything. I need to build a fire. Oh, and one cool thing, you can also pause this and do it. Before the trader comes into the town hall, you can request certain of your stuff that you want to sell or buy, or both. and they will automatically drop it. So say they're right there. I need to sell like one wooden plank. I'm gonna watch up in here when they get here. Boom, one wooden plank sold. 10 metal parts bought, and some water sold. That was actually kind of a bad idea because I don't have this. So you need ideal locations to build your wells. So obviously, and this goes along with the crop fields and livestock farms, building in the desert, not really a good idea. So put your livestock farms or wells or both of them in green pastures. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Provide you with enough water to keep your animals fed or keep your citizens happy with drink. Speaking of happiness, you've got the city mood and city crime. So currently my mood is through the roof. But if people start stealing from us, say like a random bandit comes in and or a thief comes in and steals some food or whatever, the city crime thing will go down. It'll show you the criminal activity, how the criminal activity spreads in your town. Criminal activity rises by murder or theft, or slowly sinks if no crimes are committed. So they've kind of got it backwards. I would put the 2 guns here and the green there. So anyway, so if this meter goes down, crime is rising. If this meter goes up, crime is lowering. I think they should switch that. Anyways, let's see here. Anything else I am missing? Let's get a few more shacks. Oh, that was the other thing that reminded me of. So it's Depraved is sort of like Banished. It's sort of like RimWorld, where you can have a random map and whatever. And it's kind of like Foundation, where they will automatically have little roads and stuff in the well-traveled areas. Pretty neat. I need to get an Undertaker as soon as I get those next 2 things built. And some more people working. Yeah, there's a better area, a better representation of what they look like and what they need. Oh yeah, diplomacy. So currently we only have 2 2 tribes to worry about. They could go a lot bigger. So we've got the Omaka tribe to our north and the Ojimba tribe to our south. And we're actually in a pretty good relationship with the Ojimba. Kinda wanna do that. Oops. Keep pressing the wrong button. It's got some pretty good songs. Oh! And once you get your stable up, you can also sell horses for $25. Your citizens will also, if there are some random horses that are just left here and you own, because if you get attacked by bandits or Native Americans, sometimes both at the same time, which really freaking sucks. they will abandon their horses once they die. You can also claim them. Anyways, the horses that are left at buildings and stuff like, say, the town hall or the doctor's office or whatever, and you have free, you build a stable, or if you have free space in your stable, they will automatically, a random citizen will automatically grab them, stuff them in the stable to keep them alive. It's pretty neat. 92%. Alright, let's speed this up. Takes a bit to get started, but pretty worth it. Where should we have? It's $5,000 for, and that also pisses people off. Let's see, the Makas are not pleased. Don't really care at the moment. New building available. There, we can now get a tailor's. I know, not enough laborers. I need to put you there. You can also hire more workers in certain buildings. Oh, you can have a train station. Yeah. Let's turn you around and we can build it right there. I don't really want to do that at the moment because we're still pretty low on resources that we cannot build ourselves. And E and Q to change the direction of the camera. Anywho. Right, we needed the Undertaker. Let's put it on the other side here. There. And then cemetery there, and doctor's office. No, oh wait. Let me put this in there. Let's put the doc's office there. Summertime. So we need to make sure we have enough firewood and meat stored and water stored. We can do that during the summer and winter. Kind of like in Banished, you need supplies to last the winter, or your citizens will start getting angry or dying. They also get kind of angry if they start dying. Yeah, more citizens. Howdy there, Mr. Bart Llama Behe. Whatever. It's gonna be a laborer. You can also change their job and have them either be laborers or builders, because usually those are in high demand. And they're usually the ones that are open all the time. Make you a builder. How many? Oh, good. We can get a gunslinger. How many bandits? 3? I think we can take them. Crap. We don't have a house for him yet. There you are. I will hire you on. I need you to there. Let's see. What was the controls for armed citizens? Ah, there's armed residents. I got you. I need you to go over here. Yeah, that might be good. Control 1 to have my good group on here. Alright, let's go after this bandit camp. That way they don't start causing trouble down the line. Alright, there's the other one. You guys are gonna have to come over here. Whoa, hang on. Change that. Okay, now we can go back up there. Oh, good. Alright, go after him. Crap, I lost all 3 of my guys. Well, that was a pathetic attack. How about you shoot that guy? Maybe we can get some more citizens. Let's see how this attack goes. He's gonna bleed out. Oh, forgot to mention, if you have a sheriff, you can also arrest people and get the bounties from them. Where is this guy? Well, they're both gonna bleed out, so that's fine. Whoops. I lost a builder, didn't I? Doctor. There, put you in the builder. That's right. If their buildings are still standing, they can also spawn new guys. There goes one guy. Taylor to get rid of our overstock of one. There it is. We have. Oh, we don't have that many. Oh, there. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, we also need a warehouse. Oop. What building did I just see? Butcher. And crop field. Warehouse. Yeah, right there. Be sure not to block some of these routes that your laborers use. It'll affect how fast they work. But it looks like I'm out of time. There's those bison. I'm out of time for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Might do another one later. Just leave a like or a comment if you want to see more of this. Until then, have a good one.